Hey everyone, this is Michaela with River City's Humane Society for Cats, and I'm here with our last founding member, Miss Shelley McCullin.
Hey.
And we're gonna have a little chat today, a little bit about our origin story, how everything got started, and a few ways that y'all can help. So, I have a few questions to ask you, if that's okay.
I'm ready.
So, take us back to the beginning. So, how did River Cities become the nonprofit that it is today?
Well, through hard work and perseverance, primarily. But believe it or not, back in 1990, when we first started, there was no place to take a stray cat. There were actually two humane organizations in our area, and they were Washita Parish Animal Shelter and the Washita Humane Society. OPAs only did dogs at the time. The only time they would ever accept a cat would be if a cat had bit somebody and it was on the 10-day rabies hold. Yeah. And the Washita Humane Society primarily did dogs as well. They did have a very small cat room, which was about the size of a large closet or a small bathroom. And so the other founding members and myself, we all felt like that the community and the cats in the community deserved something better. Yeah. So we decided to try to work together to form a new organization.
Okay, well, I love that. Okay, so what were some of the biggest challenges that y'all had first starting out whenever y'all started River Cities?
Okay, I'm going to get to those challenges in just a minute.
Okay.
Because we did have quite a few.
Yeah.
But before I do, I would like to recognize the other founding members. Everybody nowadays knows me because I'm the last surviving founding member and I'm still very active in the group. But I could not have done all of this by myself. And the other founding members are Johnetta Bell, Sue Eldridge, Fleta Latham, Linda Vaughn, Kathy Sherman, and of course myself, Shelley McCullin. And you can tell I'm getting a little teary-eyed thinking about these wonderful women.
Yeah.
Because they were phenomenal. They were two of them were the age that I am now. And I can't see myself now at my age starting something brand new like this. You know, it was a massive undertaking.
Absolutely.
And they were wonderful mentors to me, and they deserve to be recognized.
Oh, absolutely.
So thank you.
No, 100%. And we are definitely so thankful for them. We're thankful for you. I wish that we could have met all of them.
Oh, I wish you could have too, because they were individuals, but they were all animal lovers. In fact, Miss Fleta, she was a dog person. She only had dogs, but she was right in there helping with the cat shelter. And several of the other members had dogs and cats. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
I love it.
But getting back to our biggest challenges, I think the biggest challenge back in 1990 initially was getting the word out.
Absolutely.
About the new Humane Society. There was no social media.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Made it 10 times harder, I'm sure.
No cell phones, no computers.
So the old-fashioned way.
We did it the old-fashioned way. We surely did. Of course, raising money was a challenge back then, as it is a challenge today.
Absolutely.
Obtaining an actual shelter was a challenge. And then there were the legal aspects. We had to get our bylaws together. We had to file our articles of incorporation. We had to do our apply to the federal government for our 501c3 recognition. And there was just a lot to go on. Luckily, most of our founding members were retired.
They had time. They had time to do it.
So that worked out really, really well. There were only a couple of us that actually still had jobs, and I was the baby of the group. Oh. So I had a job, but and one of the other ladies did too. But the other founding members were, as I said, retired, and their husbands helped, and it was just it was like it just came together beautifully.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that. I don't know if people know this or not, but we have not always been at our Desired Street location. Our very first shelter was out in the industrial complex off of Kansas Lane in Monroe. And would you like to hear the story of how we got out there?
Well, of course we do. That's why we're here.
Well, basically, we put the word out that we wanted to form a shelter just for cats that specialized in cats. And we told everybody we need money, we need a building, and we need property to put the building on. Or you know, if now somebody wanted to donate a building and property, that would be wonderful.
Oh,
So anyway, we did a lot of fundraising and wrote a lot of letters to the editor and just did that sort of thing. Went on the, not Adopt a Pet, but the Good Morning Arkell Miss, and did all that sort of stuff. And someone saw us. It was the Madries, who lived in Duboc, Louisiana, and they had an old family homestead that they were going to tear down. They saw our appeal, and they said, hey, if y'all want this little old house, if you can move it off our property, you can have it.
That's amazing.
It truly was amazing. And so we thought about it, and we wanted to see what it looked like. So Walter Bell, who was one of our founding members' husbands, Johnetta Bell's husband, he and I drove up to Duboc to check out the house. Now, Walter was a master carpenter, and he knew his business. So when he and I got there, there was this little ramshackled house that looked like it was falling in. Oh, no. And I just thought to myself, I went, I'm not sure about this. Didn't deter Walter. He went right in with his tape measure and his hammer and all of his equipment, and he got under that house. He brought his ladder. He went up in the attic, and he just went everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he came back and he told me, he said, Shelley, this house is structurally sound. I said, okay.
Are you sure?
Now, Walter Bell at the time was 70 years old.
Wow.
And he was out there trying to find a shelter for the cats of our community. So anyway, we took it back to our board of directors, which were the founding members at the time. We talked about it, and we said, yeah, let's go for it. So we checked into, a moving company to have the house moved from Duboc to Monroe. Going to cost $2,000. Now, $2,000 is a lot of money today. Yeah. But back in 1990, it was a lot of money.
Right.
So we didn't let that stop us. We said, we can raise it. We've been doing well. But we also didn't have a piece of property to put it on. Had a house, had a shelter, but no property. So we started beating the bushes, trying to find a piece of property, started beating the bushes, trying to get donations to move the house. And we contacted the city of Monroe, and they suggested that we might consider the industrial complex off Kansas Lane. Now, if you go out there today, that space is all built up, but at the time, the only thing out there was the Washita Humane Society and mosquito control.
Okay.
So we were able to negotiate a deal with them. They gave us a 10-year lease for the amount of $100 a year.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. It was phenomenal. So with that was like the little boost we needed. Yeah. And we, of course, shared all that information with the public. We quickly raised the $2,000, and we got the house moved to Monroe.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was fabulous. So from 1990 until 1992, we concentrated on getting all of our legals, straight. And we concentrated on getting the shelter moved and then getting, it fixed up.
Hey, put a bunch of determined cat ladies in a room. In 2 years, that's all you need.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty incredible.
Yeah. And I'm going to say, not only did Walter Bell do a lot of work, Sue Eldridge's husband, Max Eldridge, he was an electrician. He rewired the whole building. He donated a heating and air conditioning unit. All of the work that Walter and Max did was a donation.
Yeah.
It was just phenomenal, the amount of giving that went into this shelter.
Yeah, and still does to
and
this day.
still does to this day.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I'm definitely thankful for all the work that y'all put in. There's a lot. It's crazy the amount of people it takes to build something like this.
It really is.
But y'all did a fantastic
It's hard to
job.
believe we've been going for 35 years.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. But I'm glad y'all have.
Me too.
So, what is one early memory that really sticks with you from those early days?
Okay, well, as I said earlier, the little building that we had donated was in dire need of some cosmetic touches.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a really big fundraiser called Operation Facelift.
Oh.
And we,
I wonder what this is going to be.
and we gave our little shelter a big old facelift.
Oh, I see.
We wanted it to be cute and inviting, and and it was so wonderful. People donated time, people donated materials, people donated money, and at the time, my boyfriend, who's now my husband,
Okay, girl, look at you.
and we spent a hot, humid summer weekend painting the exterior of the cat shelter.
Oh my goodness.
The original cat shelter. And I knew after that experience, I knew that if any man would spend time out in those conditions and do what he did those 2 days, that he was definitely a keeper.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then we opened our shelter in October of 1992 to the public. And 1992 is a very special year for me because I married Craig McCullin in 1992. And my River Cities Humane Society for Cats opened in 1992.
What a special year for you. That's
Very
a beautiful
special.
story.
Very special.
Oh, I feel like people don't realize how special the beginning of River Cities actually was.
Right.
And I mean, with the community support that we still have to this day, I think that's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Gives you chill bumps, doesn't it?
It really does.
It does, yeah. I know.
It's crazy. So, whenever you look at where we are now, what are you most proud of?
Well, I have several things that I'm really, really proud of, and I hope you don't mind me sharing a few things, because it's not just one thing.
Absolutely.
I am really, really proud that we have been able to keep up with the times, that we have been able to adapt to technology. When we first started the shelter, there were no computers. We did everything with pencil and paper. And as the times changed, as technology advanced, we advanced right along with it. And I'm really proud of that. Back in 1992 when we opened, there was no social media.
Right.
Now we have a big social media presence. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, we're on it. And I'm excited about that. And I attribute a lot of that to you. You're our social media specialist, and I thank you for that.
Hey, well, I got it easy because we have social media now. Y'all did. Y'all were doing that hard street outreach.
That is true. But I'm also very, very proud of the fact that we have a wonderful working relationship with our veterinary partners. They are phenomenal. They advise us, and they spay and neuter for us, and You know, if we have a problem with an animal, we can call any one of our veterinary partners, and they are always there to help us. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm also grateful for our smaller local animal rescue organizations. We have learned a lot from them, and hopefully they have learned a lot from us.
Absolutely.
It's a two-way giving situation, and we want to be friends with all of them and help them when we can, and they, in turn, I know, want to help us when they can.
No,
So I'm proud of that relationship. I'm also very proud of the 16,000
yes.
adoptions we have had over the past 35 years. I mean, think about it. That's 16,000 cats that have found forever homes, that have not been, that have been spayed or neutered, that have not reproduced. When you think about 16,000 people brought those cats into us, that's 16,000 people that were helped.
Absolutely.
16,000 people adopted those cats out. That's another 16,000 people that were helped. So in essence, over 35 years, we have helped 32,000 people.
A massive impact.
A massive impact on this small little community. We, you know, of course, I love River Cities because it's like my baby, but this community is so lucky to have this organization.
Yeah.
You
A
know?
lot of small cities definitely don't have the luxury of having humane societies like this.
Very true, very true. I'm also proud of our board of directors.
Yes.
They're an all volunteer board. None of them gets paid. The only way they get paid is through their heart.
Exactly.
You know,
and that's all they need.
And that's all they need. And they're always there. They always turn up to help us with fundraisers. They help with ideas to promote the shelter. I cannot ask for a better board of directors than we have right now. And we also have a fabulous staff.
Yeah, absolutely.
We truly do. I can't say enough good things about the staff. And finally, I am so proud that the community still believes in our mission.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm so proud that they continue to support us, because without the community support, we would wither up and die.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So thank you, community.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that strong foundation that I feel like you all built, that we're able to stand on it, and now we're able to build on it. So I think that's what has kept us going so strong for so long. So how has the community changed since the early days?
Well, actually, I think there seems to be a greater awareness today of the need for spaying and neutering.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I'm my profession, so to speak, I'm a retired kindergarten teacher. And one of the ways that I like to volunteer for the cat shelter is to go into the schools and read to the children and talk to them about, you know, taking care of their pets, pet awareness, that sort of thing. And I have found that in the past 2 or 3 years, there seems to be a greater awareness among children about spaying and neutering. They know about getting animals fixed. And I think that's so fabulous. And this honestly gives me hope for the future. It does.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's a lot of education in our community when it comes to animal welfare. And I think that that's wonderful. I think it's all the animal welfare organizations that kind of come together.
Right.
I think that definitely has made a difference.
Definitely.
And it shows with our little kiddos. So what do you think people don't realize about what it takes to run a no-kill shelter?
Well, people don't realize how hard it is to turn someone away who is seeking help for an animal.
It's the hardest part.
It is the hardest part. And it breaks my heart every time we have to turn someone away. However, we have limited funds, we have limited space. We try to do the very best we can do for the animals in our care. And if we were to let our shelter pack up with 200 or 300 cats, we couldn't help anybody. We would not be doing right by any of the animals if we did that. Plus, we would not have the money to even feed them.
Absolutely.
So, we have a cutoff number that's manageable for us. It's 50. We usually have about that same amount in foster care. And I've just got to say this about our current staff. Our current staff is so compassionate to people seeking help. They, if we can't take the cat in immediately, then we do our dead level best to try to help them come up with a solution for their problem.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's part of the community pantry that we did,
Exactly.
Everything that we're trying to do to give back to the community that has given so much to us.
Right.
I think that's really important.
Very much so.
It's a beautiful thing. So, back in the day, how did the shelter stay afloat financially?
About the same way that we do today.
Right.
We did tons of fundraisers. I mean, every weekend we had something going on, but it was nothing big like we do now. We have these big galas like, our Tales at Twilight, which raise a lot of money, which I'm grateful for. But back in the day, we did bake sales, we did garage sales, we sent out newsletters, we did radio PSAs, went on TV. And we would also do special campaigns. Now, Operation Facelift was a special campaign. We also did a special campaign to raise money to buy the fence that went around our original shelter.
Oh, okay.
Once we got the original shelter moved from Dubop to Monroe, we needed a fence. Now, the city of Monroe leased us 3 acres of land. We only wanted to fence in an acre around the shelter. That was basically 1,000 feet of fence. $3,000.
Oh my goodness, more than the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, fencing is horribly expensive. Is today, was back then. But our founding members were creative, and they thought of a way that everybody could help. Basically, we sold a foot of fence for $3. So we did this fundraiser, and it was called Buy a Foot of Fence for $3.
So cute. Wait, okay, it took a second to click. Now I'm getting what you're throwing.
Yeah, and so for $3, you could help River City's Humane Society for Cats buy a fence. You would buy a foot, your neighbor could buy a foot, your church member could buy a foot, your brother could buy a foot, and after a while, we had 1,000 feet of fence.
That is so fun.
Bought and paid for.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
We need to start talking about what you were doing back in the day. You got ideas up in that noggin. We got to start using it again. So, okay, well, if you had to go back and give your younger self some advice about sustainability, what would it be?
It would be to start the recurring donor program sooner.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the key. And I know we're going to talk a little bit about the recurring donor program, but that's what I would do. I would try to start that sooner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one-time gifts are important, but when you have recurring donations, that shows you, okay, this is exactly what we're working with every single month. But we'll get to that here in a moment.
Right.
So, what question am I on? All right, why is consistent and recurring support so helpful as opposed to one-time donations, in your opinion? I voiced my opinion.
Yes, and I'm in total agreement with you. Basically, both donations are very, very important, and we appreciate any kind of gift, money, in kind, whatever, volunteering. You got it, we want it.
Right.
Absolutely. But recurring donations help us to pay for recurring expenses.
Yes, absolutely.
Whereas one-time donations are reserved for special projects. And I just want to share with the people out there, some of the recurring expenses that we have. We buy, every month, we buy cat food and litter. We go through hundreds of pounds of litter every month. And it's expensive. You know, we get the very cheapest we can, but it's expensive. We have veterinary bills. We have, of course, shelter maintenance. We have utilities, just like every family has utility bills. We have gas, we have water, and we have electric. And those bills are high, and we have to pay them every month because our cats and our staff depend on, you know, having water and light and heat and cool. We also have internet, phone, and security system expenses that we have to pay every single month. We have to pay salaries for 6 employees. And in addition to that, we pay workman's comp insurance. We have to pay the employer part of the Social Security tax for each one of our employees. We have fees for the software that we use. We buy vaccinations, we buy flea medication, we buy the combo test. It's just an exorbitant amount of money that we spend every month. Now, for 35 years, we've been able to keep up. But here lately, we find ourselves having to dip more often into our meager savings account. And that's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. So that's why we're doing the big push to get people to become a recurring donor.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you're completely right. So if someone currently watching is wondering whether their small monthly gift would even make an impact, what would you tell them?
Oh my gosh, yes. Let me just break it down for the folks out there. If you can give $10 a month, the cost of a coffee and a muffin, if you can give up one specialty coffee and one muffin a month, then you can help us help the helpless.
Absolutely.
It's just that easy. If 1,000 people that are listening here today will give $10 a month, that's $10,000 a month. That would go so far in helping us to pay those recurring expenses that we have. These are not frivolous expenses that I'm talking about. These are life and death things. We have to have veterinary care. We have to have utilities. We have to, have a telephone. We have to keep our shelter up as best we can with maintenance. So please, if you can spare $10 a month, do it. If you can spare $15 or $20 a month, even better.
There you go.
Whatever your heart and your pocketbook will allow, we will appreciate it.
Right. We try and make it go a long way. We've definitely been doing as many budget cuts as we can.
Oh, absolutely.
But we want to be able to not sacrifice the care of the cats and make sure that standard of care isn't being affected.
Correct.
So,
you're exactly right.
So it is something, we're completely funded almost by the public.
Right, we
I
are.
think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, I think. So, when we talk about our donors and how appreciative we are, we mean that.
Yes.
We definitely mean that. So, where do you hope to see River Cities in 5 years?
I would hope to see that River Cities would have at least half of our recurring expenses paid for by recurring donors.
Absolutely.
That's my dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
you come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi.
Someone wants to say hello.
We've got a friend that wants to join in.
What are you doing?
Hello there.
Which one are you? Are you T-Meow? Are you T-Meow? I think that's who you are. Handsome little fella.
Say, please send us some money.
Look at that face. Well, this is what we're advocating for.
This is what we're doing it for.
Exactly. And I'd say he's pretty worth it.
I think he is too.
So where do you hope to see us and Mr. T Meow in 5 years?
Well, I hope we're still going as strong as we are today. I hope that we have many more recurring donors. Please, please, please don't feel embarrassed if you can only give $10. $10, if 1,000 or 2,000 people were to give $10 a month, our problem would be solved.
Yeah.
You know, any amount is appreciated. So I would love to see us be able to continue the way we are now, and I'd like for us to be able to, by having recurring donors, I would like for us to have the one-time donations be used perhaps for things to better the shelter, to help the shelter to grow.
No, absolutely. I mean, I know that we definitely want to expand because, I mean, the more space we have, the more cats we can help.
Exactly.
You know, I know that we want to give back to the community that has done so much for us. And in order to do that, you know, we do have to have those funds so that we can do things like the community pantry, so that we can help people that are in a bind, so they don't have to surrender their pets.
Exactly.
So we can keep that bond between their pets and their humans. I think that it's really important.
Very important.
So, last question. Do you have a message for those that have already committed to giving every month?
I do. I applaud you. I thank you, and I applaud you for being a visionary giver.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, and we do. We've got several recurring donors already, and they are so appreciated. We know their money is going to be there every month, and we know how, you know, we can spend it, and we just need more. So, you know, if you're on the fence about becoming a recurring donor, jump off the fence and jump into it. It's well worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can always come by the shelter and see how your money is being used.
Absolutely.
And see the little guys that it's helping, because you got to see T Meow, but we also have so many other cats that would love to meet you. Okay. So, what are some closing remarks that you have for me?
Well, Michaela, it's been such an honor to be here. I'm always honored to be asked to come and talk about the cat shelter. The cat shelter is one of my favorite things to talk about. I would like to encourage anyone that is listening this afternoon or tonight, I would encourage you to please consider becoming a recurring donor. And as I said earlier, for the price of a cup of coffee and a muffin, you can help us help the helpless. If you've been blessed in this life, please consider helping us help the helpless. Thank you so much.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us. We hope that, you know, we were able to get something out of this. I think we were able to learn a lot today. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and I'm sure Miss Shelley will be in those comments responding.
Oh, I will. This has been so much fun. I must admit, I was a little nervous about coming on, but when you get me to talking about the cat shelter, you know.
No worries.
No worries at all, but please do consider becoming a recurring donor. It's very important. It's important to us, and it's important to the work that we do. And as I said, and as Michaela said, you're always welcome to come out, visit with us at the shelter. We're at 5302 Desert Street in Monroe. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from noon until 6. Our shelter director, Dee Keltner, is fabulous. He will show you around. He'll give you the full tour. Our staff they're wonderful. They're so kind and so compassionate. They love the cats, and they take such good care of them. So please come out and visit with us.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we hope to see y'all at the next one.
Bye. Thank you.